The CDC laid out 5 keys to safely reopening schools across the country: mask wearing, physical distancing of at least 6 feet, hand washing, cleaning buildings, and contact tracing. But they say the first 2, mask wearing and physical distancing, are the most important.
All mitigation strategies provide some level of protection, but when implemented together or layered, they provide the greatest level of protection.
The guidelines being released today under the new Biden administration, the CDC is not mandating schools reopen, but educators agree students learn much better in the classroom compared to when they're at home learning virtually.
We need to get kids back in the classroom. And to do that, schools and educators need help. They need guidance, and they need resources.
The CDC also says schools are not hotspots for the spread of COVID-19 unless mitigation strategies are not being followed. And they say student-to-student transmission is less common than staff-to-staff transmission. But still, they understand it's a sensitive issue.
The decision to go back to in-person instruction is not one that any of us take lightly.
Here in Virginia, many of today's recommendations are already in place. Last week, Governor Northam directed school divisions to offer options to reopen by March 15th. This map shows a breakdown of what schools are currently doing. Some school divisions are back in person, some are hybrid, some are partially in person. Green, though, shows school divisions that are fully remote, like Newport News.
The goal was to remain focused on the goal of getting those students who need in-person instruction into a seat in our buildings with a competent teacher who can provide them with the quality instruction that they need.
Newport News has now come out with a plan to have some students return to the classroom on February 22nd, with more to follow on March 8th in a hybrid system.
Now is time for us to move forward.
Teachers continue to get vaccinated under Phase 1B, but vaccines are not a requirement to reopen under the CDC guidelines. Still, as the vaccination process continues, the pandemic is expected to become easier to manage. In Norfolk, Brendan Ponton, News 3.